members of ieema, ladies and gentlemen. It is once again my responsibility and duty to summarize, deliver the vote of thanks, which has now become a sort of a hallmark in many of the events. So I will try and do that in as quick as possible. Starting with Devesh, I think you welcomed everyone to the event. You spoke about what we can expect over the course of the next 2-3 days. You spoke about how the utilities will be talking about their procurement plans. You spoke about the uniqueness of E3 and some of the most interesting things and how E3 has really evolved, and it's something very unique in ieema as well, is that the focus not only on utilities, where ieema has traditionally been very strong, but this huge diversity of non-utility buyers which you all have managed to get. I think that is something which is commendable. More and more we know that the real estate sector, the ports, cement, steel, refinery, they are huge buyers of electrical equipment. Some of the, I was told that some of the steel plants today have budgets of electrical equipment as much as small utilities do. So the focus on the non-utilities, I think, is a very welcome move. Of course, keeping the utilities with us. Madam Charu Mathur, she spoke about the evolution of E3, how it has come about, how it started from Connect Northeast and beyond. In fact, I would go further to say how it started from a small conference in Bhubaneswar. Shah Sahab is sitting here. He was the chair, and this was the conceptualization of Shah Sahab when he was chair. He says, we all owe a great deal to people like Shah Sahab, Nirmal ji, Harish ji, who conceptualized this almost 10 years ago, Shah Sahab, 10-12 years ago. Ma'am, you spoke about, the next step of ieema Kolkata's journey with the new office now which is starting. ieema, of course, started from Calcutta, and it is only befitting that this new office culture which is going to come into ieema, and hopefully what Calcutta does now, the other ieema offices in Bombay and Delhi will do, and move into better and newer offices. So once again we start a new trend from Calcutta. It does indeed. Ma'am, you spoke about Elecrama 2025. The dates have been announced. I think we're all really looking forward to this. Vikramji, you spoke about your love for the city, from Mishti Dois to the people. You spoke about the benefits of coming to an event such as E3. You spoke about the happenings in the power sector with the RDSS and the renewable energy and the energy transition. You even mentioned some of the happenings in the power sector in Bengal, about Purulia storage. You spoke about the rooftop solar opportunities which are coming up, especially with what the Prime Minister has just announced. You spoke about some of the improvements in the northeastern and eastern sector. President-elect Sunilji, again, you gave a broad overview about the opportunities available to us in the power sector. You spoke about some of the work that the utilities in the power sector in the eastern part of the country are doing. You spoke about the energy sector in the year 2047, the vision 2047, what the Prime Minister has called the Amrit Kal, and the position of the power sector in the Amrit Kal. Honorable Devashish Banerjee ji, sir, you spoke about your journey. You spoke about some of the energy securities and the balancing that is required between energy consumption, management and energy security. You also spoke about the transformation of the power sector, the 4 Ds that you spoke about: digitalization, decarbonization, disaster management and decentralization. You spoke about the unique self-healing infrastructure that CSE has developed with the ring system, and we as citizens of Calcutta are sort of witness to the transformation that has taken place. When we were kids, and it was a given that when at 8 p.m. dinner time, when I used to live in Howrah in those days, that light would go off and then we would go to sleep and the generator would go on. वो जनरेटर की आवाज से ही सर हमारी नींद आती थी, नहीं तो हमको नींद ही नहीं आती थी. So from those days, Calcutta's blackouts and listening to the reliability, I don't even think my son has ever seen a generator in his life. To that kind of reliability that we have come, I think is a vast journey, and CSC deserves much of the credit for that. You spoke about smart metering and the advantages of smart metering. Vibhuti Bhuya ji, again, you spoke about your career, sir. On a lighter note, sir, it occurred to me while I was listening to you that you have a great similarity between you and Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. And that similarity is that both of you started your corporate careers in Calcutta and then went on to do something completely different in a different field and became famous. You spoke about the customer centricity, the two C's, customer centricity and customer focus. You spoke about how Howrah used to be the Manchester of the East. Sir, I will only request you one thing. Kindly go to the exhibition today. Kindly meet the manufacturers here. You will see the renaissance which is happening in the manufacturing in Howrah once again. Size, scale, quality and diversity that you will find today in Howrah in the power and the electrical equipment sector. I think it will surprise you, and we hope that you will go back positively informed as well. You spoke about the need for new ideas, new innovations. Coming to Mr. Ruben, Murakasa Meza. Yeah, that is welcome in your language, I hope. So welcome all the way from Rwanda, sir. I have had the good fortune of going to Kigali twice, and some of what you spoke in terms of the transformation that your country has taken place, I have seen firsthand. I have not seen an African country, forget an African country, an Asian country, save Singapore, as neat, clean, organized as Rwanda is. I think I was told that there is a separate day in Rwanda where all the citizens come on the street and clean the streets of Kigali and the country. And that is something really unique. You spoke about the miracle economy of Rwanda, how it has become the miracle economy of Africa, the focus of on the ICT sector, the focus that you are giving on ease of doing business. You invited industry to come and set up there. I think that is an opportunity which many of our entrepreneurs would like to take. I think it's a good opportunity for you to interact with a lot of the manufacturers here, particularly those from the East. But many of the exhibitors who've come here, sir, they've come from all across the country. So you'll get a really good diversity and flavor of what India can offer you. It's very nice that you took the opportunity to come all the way and interact with us. And we hope that you'll have a very meaningful stay with us here. And finally, big thank you to the rest of the ieema IoT and the organizing team, to our sponsors. We owe it all. Particularly, we've had some patrons of this event from the first edition to today's edition. I mean, I don't want to name all of them, but some of them have been so forthcoming that the moment that E3 is announced, they have come forward and sponsored this event and shouldered this event really. So a big thank you to all of them. They know who we are talking about. The buyers who've come all the way from across the country, from the northeast, from Orissa, from the rest of the eastern region and the other parts of the country, and our friends in the media, we hope you give us a befitting coverage, a coverage befitting ieema and E3's stature. And once again, to all of you, we hope that you have a great stay at E3. It's a very fruitful E3 for all of you, and you all get the right connections and the right business opportunities that